Someone saw me driving an ATV while I was home. This story happened last autumn, around a year ago. In autumn, we will start gathering our reindeer herd. We will then take that herd and move it to a large pasture. The pasture is connected to our fence, where the whole herd will go through. The purpose of this fence is so that we can do a health check, vaccinate them, sell some of them, and to take as food for ourselves. After they are done in the fence, they are then released back into their grazing grounds, which is on the tundra. Since we are quite a large group, we decided to make 3 teams. Each day one team goes to the pasture and takes a chunk of the herd that is going to be moved to the fence. I was in Team 2, so the second day, which was a Friday, I went with my group and gathered quite a large herd that was going to the fence. The moving went smoothly, and we worked the whole day with that herd, before releasing them around midnight. I was very pleased, as I knew that I didn't need to wake up at 6 a.m., and could get some well-deserved sleep. Now it was Team 3 that was going to move a herd to the fence. In that team was a man. Let's call him Isit. Isit met up with the others early in the morning. Each of them decided where they should drive and search for the animals. Isit said, "I can drive through the northern hill and see if there are any reindeer hiding among the trees." The northern hill was a large hill that had a thick forest that the reindeer often liked to graze in. Isit went over the hill and through the trees until he finally found a small group of around 30 animals. He then started to move them out of the forest. But the forest was really dense, and ATV had a hard time following the reindeer through the forest. He had lost them. As he finally got through the woods and reached a large clearing, he saw something moving behind the trees. It was the group, and they were standing still. It was a stalemate. If he moved, the reindeer could get spooked and run back into the forest, but if he didn't, they would just stand there. But then suddenly the reindeer ran out of the thicket and into the clearing. This was his chance. He quickly drove behind the group to prevent them from turning around. As Isit was moving with the reindeer, he saw something behind him. An ATV. My ATV, with me driving it. I then suddenly turned left and kept on driving along the clearing after the reindeer. Isit didn't think much about it. Maybe I had decided to come and help. We then moved the group into the main herd. Just as he was approaching the herd, he looked back only to see that I wasn't behind him anymore. Again, he didn't think much about it. He then met up with the rest of his team. It so happened that my dad was also on the same team as Isit. He drove to him and they started talking. Isit then asked my dad, "So your son also decided to come help us today?" My dad looked in confusion. "No. I just talked with him and he was eating breakfast." A cold ran through Isit, as he realized it wasn't me that had helped him with the reindeer. A couple of hours later, I also arrived to the fence. As we were looking at the reindeer, Isit walks up to me and asks me where I have been. I said that I was home before I came to the fence. A cold went through my body as he told me what he had seen. Questions started popping up in my head. What was it, and why did it look like me? Clothes and the ATV also matched the ones I was using. The first thing that popped up in my head was that it was a sign. I thought I was going to die, and that thing was hinting at me being a ghost. But I'm still alive, so it wasn't that. My second thought was that it was an ancestor that looked like me. But then why did he have the clothes and the ATV? To this day, I'm kind of scared to drive through that wooded hill, in case I meet myself in there. Post from user Reindeer are awesome at Reddit. Comments. I have a theory about doppelganger spirits. Since ghosts are a residual energy after they die, why wouldn't living beings leave behind some residual energy as well? Both my husband and I have seen each other when we weren't there. After so many instances, I've chalked this up to my imprint, my lingering energy. Maybe the guy was just leftover you. Comment from user accomplished log 548 at Reddit.